Thank you, Prime Minister. Good afternoon, caller. Hello?
Hello? Hello?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Right. I would just like to ask the Prime Minister a question. I called in on another radio station earlier, and one of the thing that's kind of bugging me is during the election, or even before the election, there was this big uproar of land for the swap for land deals that was made by the former government, which everybody and anybody didn't like, and it was a big thing by this Team Unity government that they didn't like it. Hence, we had the transformation of Team Unity where the Prime Minister himself, the Honourable Prime Minister himself, and another member moved over to Team Unity. And I would just like if the Prime Minister can show some light to it. I might miss it, being here in England. There might be something being said about it before. What is being done, and where is it that we are with this land for swap deal? Are we doing something to pay back the money to the bank? Are we, just show some light in it as to where we are with that. And that's my contribution. And to congratulate them, and their job's well done. I mean, I cannot recall of my time in politics where any government has come into office and deliver some main things that they have put in their constitution as to what they are going to do and deliver it in 7 months. And I think they must be commended for that. I think we as Kittians, we've got to move on, and we've got to understand that election is about that one day of us choosing somebody to govern, not to rule. It's to govern. And whether we lose or not, we are still Kittitian at the end of the day.
Yes.
And today for me, tomorrow for you.
Thank you,
And,
caller.
thank you very much.
Thank
I'll
you.
listen off here to find out about
Thank
the
you very
land
much for
swap.
your
Thank you.
contribution. Prime Minister, the relationship with the Nevis Island administration, maybe you can shed some light on that. We'll take this caller in a while. And the relationship with the US, Canada, and the United Kingdom, and also the honoring of Dr. Simmons and Kim Collins, the Bastia High School issue, and the Washington Archibald High School issue with the shift system.
Those are many questions, and maybe we should take them one. But I want to go back to the question raised by Rusty Liebert, who is overseas, and who raised the question of inadequate support for our citizens who are abroad pursuing studies, particularly in the US of A. That is a reality of this situation about which Team Unity has in the past expressed concern, and we did say that once given a chance we would find a way to make education more affordable. And we are committed to that because education basically is a great force for mobilization of people along the path of rationality, discipline, and production and productivity. And so we want to do all that we can to assist our people, not just with preschool level education, primary education, secondary education, but certainly at tertiary level. The research will show that it is at the level of tertiary level education that people make their greatest contribution to the development. And that is why across the globe they have developed indicators that deals with the level of participation of citizens in tertiary level education and where we need to be. And we in the OECS we have not yet achieved that desirable level of say 20%. I recall that there was at one point in Barbados the view being expressed that every house must produce a graduate. And that was how they see Barbados being able to continue the path of development over time. So the short answer to Mr. Leibert's question It's found on page 28 of the manifesto that we will establish a fund that will guarantee every person who qualifies that that person will receive assistance to obtain university and tertiary level education. We will find ways, and we will announce these shortly, hopefully at the time of the budget, with respect to our program for making more affordable access to tertiary level education. I want to address the issue of the land for debt swap. Yes, that is a vexed matter, has always been, because he who owns the land defines development, defines what will happen in any country throughout history. That has been the situation. And we took objection when the administration, now out of office, had chosen to put thousands of acres of land, prime land, at prices which we know ordinary people would never be able to afford. $20, $25 per square foot. And we took objection to that. The reality is that over time, those lands that form part of the land for debt swap, they have been handed over, vested in National Bank, in order to satisfy the debt which the government and government entities had with the National Bank. That debt was astronomical. And indeed, to date, about $500 million of that debt has been satisfied through the vesting of just about 1,200 acres of land in the National Bank. The government is looking at its options. We have had discussions with a number of people who could provide sound advice about the pros and cons and the alternatives available to this government in terms of the land for debt swap. Of course, because it also impacts upon the future of the St. Kitts Nevis and Anguilla National Bank going forward, which is the largest bank in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union, largest by loans, by deposits, etc. We need to ensure that whatever we do, it is done thoughtfully and that proper consideration is given to the broad ramifications for the bank, for St. Kitts and Nevis, and for the people. What we can say is that the citizens can rest assured that this government will take what action we considered at the end of the consultations to be in the best interests of the country. And we will duly notify the people. Indeed, there are at least 2 cabinet submissions now being drafted. I previewed one yesterday from the Ministry of Finance with regard to the land for debt matter. So we are working towards a solution of this matter in a way that the public interest is being protected.